Right, hello. I have just directly got back from seeing Paranormal Activity 3, and yes, so I've decided to review it. I will give you a warning when I'm going to go into spoiler mode, so yes, okay. First of all, I love these films, the series of films, Paranormal Activity 1, 2, and now 3, obviously. Um, so I knew I was going to really like this one. And I did, but it don't know how to put it. It confused me, but intrigued me. The scary bits were scary, which is good. Um, the funny bits were funny. The tense bits were tense. There was literally parts in the film where I was like squeezing my own arms. I had my arms crossed, squeezing my own arm because I was worried what was going to happen. Basically, the summary of it delves back into the past, showing VHS tapes of when Katie from Paranormal Activity 1 and Christy from Paranormal Activity 2 were kids and what went on there. So yeah, and it is genuinely very good. It wasn't what I was expecting at all, really. The trailer for the film pretty much isn't in there, so you won't know what to expect really if you've seen the trailer and you want to go and see the film. And hardly any of the stuff that is in the trailer is in the film. But that is kind of a good thing, because you don't expect what's going to happen. So it does well kind of on that, but in the same way, I'm kind of thinking, what happened to all the stuff that was in the trailer? Because that looked really good. And so I'm guessing that there will be an extended cut on the DVD or something like that, I assume. If not, then deleted scenes or whatever, or found footage. But yeah, overall, it was good. Okay, I'm going to go into spoiler mode now. So, click an annotation here, and it will take you to a part of the video, I think. Or it will say go to a part of the video where I have an announcement to make. So, please go there and leave a comment in the crutch area to say what you're looking forward to about the film, or are you going to see it, or whatever. Okay, so give you a few seconds. Okay, so if you're at this point, I assume you've seen the film and you are fine with spoilers or whatever. So first off, I was a little like, oh, what's happening when the film started? So it goes straight into it, no titles or anything really, and you see Christy when she's pregnant with Hunter, and that confused me a little bit. I was like, what, is she playing her own mum? Or, but no, it then pops up saying 2005 or whatever, and so yeah, and you see what happens. Basically, it's before Hunter's born, Hunter, the baby from the second one, and Katie brings over some VHS tapes, and they're like, I don't remember any of these, what is this? So that sets up the premise for the film. Also shows that the tapes were stolen when their house was ransacked in the second one. So how they acquired the tapes, I don't know. But anyway, moving on, moving back. We're going to 1988, and it was showing Christy and Katie when they're kids, and obviously widescreen video cameras didn't exist in 1988, so that's a bit of a thing, but it doesn't really matter, because you're meant to have suspension of disbelief when you watch these films. So moving on, and it gets to a scene where they're with the camera, they're smoking marijuana, not the kids, the parents, I should say. Like, oh, let's film us doing bumping uglies, whatever. And they're about to do that, and earthquake, boom, rah, and like, get the kids. So the camera falls over after they've left the room, and some silt or dust or whatever falls from the ceiling caused by the earthquake. but then it falls over this shape of a person kind of thing, and you're thinking, oh wow, okay, that's a bit odd. And I liked how they did that. That was very good. And one thing I liked about this, in the next scene you see Dennis, who was the dad, not the dad, the stepdad, and he is noticing all this on the camera, and he's like, oh my god, ghosts, straight away. Which you don't expect from these films. Normally the men are the skeptics, and the women are the ones that are freaked out. So, and this is kind of swapped around, which was good, because it wasn't the same old thing. So yeah, and obviously he's like, putting up cameras, don't mind me. So he does that. And so he puts up the cameras in Katie's room and their bedroom, but he doesn't have enough thing to put it up in the living room because it doesn't have a wide enough depth of field on the camera. So, yeah. And then we go into the nights, and you see Christy talking to someone, just by the camera, off the camera, someone talking. And then the next day we find out that it's Toby, who is her imaginary friend. And obviously things escalate from there. One scene I really loved, well, the bit that got me really tense, was when he'd affixed the camera onto the van, and so it moved around the living room so we could see, and just a lot of reveal shots like that, because you're like, oh god, I'm going to see something when it moves, and sometimes you don't, sometimes you do, so yeah, that wasn't fun. And I liked, while using that, you see what you think is one of the kids wearing a sheet over them as a ghost, because the babysitter just did that to them. And then the camera moves around, and right there, behind the babysitter, just as she's about to turn around, drops, and weren't expecting that. So it's like, ooh, mystifying. But one thing that really kind of annoyed me and stopped my enjoyment from these films was the stupid girls behind us laughing whenever they got scared. Oh, it's so funny, I jumped out of my seat. Oh. Yeah, if you want to see a comedy, go see a comedy and laugh at that. Don't laugh at a horror film that people are trying to watch. Stupid girls. Slap them. Don't slap them. That's abuse. Just, I did yell shut up at them. So, yeah, moving on. The ending. That was completely not where I thought it was going with this film. When I saw the grandma at the beginning, I thought, okay, yeah, I remember in the second one, the girl was like, oh, maybe my great-grandma did this thing, or Christy's mum, or grandma did this thing, this deal with the devil, and, or demon, and, so I kind of thought, maybe she might have something to do with what's going to happen in the film. Obviously you get to where they move to her house, and Christy is like freaking out under this picture, like, what's going on with it, with all this? And so gets to the last night, and it just goes completely different. Like, they hear cars turning up, and they go down, and strange women walking about, coven of witches, I'm guessing, that he read in the book. And then the whole thing with think, Tom, the whole bit where they're going downstairs and just running around, and you're seeing shadows in the house, but there's no one actually there, and strange women just like slowly walking. That was weird. But even weirder was seeing Julie, I think her name was, hanging there, the mum. That was unexpected, because in the trailer it showed her getting pulled away and some guy coming to their house, get his head smacked on the table. That didn't happen at all in the film. So, is she dead? I don't know, because she just collapsed to the floor. And then Dennis goes and sees Katie crouching over her mum, and he's like, Katie, come here! Slowly, 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 rah, scare, jump, face, weird. Okay. So yeah, and then the grandma's just like, bitch, please, and then Toby's, you don't actually see Toby, which I wanted to, but you don't. There's a whole backwards gymnastics thing on Dennis's back and kills him. So I didn't want that to happen, really. And it kind of ended abruptly there, with them walking upstairs with Grandma and Christy like, come on, Toby. A bit weird. So I'm excited to see where they're going to take it, really. Because they've got to do a fourth one after that. They can't not do a fourth one and just leave us hanging. Well, I guess it depends on how well this one does, but the likelihood is it's going to be like the new Saw. I'm hoping it won't do what Saw did and just get worse with the series going along. I like the Saw films, don't get me wrong, but they kind of lost their value. It's just like, okay, let's go see some people get chopped up or whatever. So, yeah, I guess that's it for that. I'm really looking forward to the fourth one, because they're gonna have to make one. If they don't, I'll be sad. So, it left so many questions. What the hell is the people with the things and the triangles on their necklaces and coming up to the house? Oh, I want to see who Toby is. Okay, yes, right. So I did enjoy it, but I was just kind of speechless afterwards, so more please, that's all I'm asking. But one thing I will say, I've just remembered, one thing that really did get me was the bit where there's a bang in the cupboard and he opens it up, there's nothing in there, opens up, and then jumping out with the mask on, didn't see that coming, that made me jump, I'll admit. Okay, yes, okay, announcement time. Hopefully you've skipped ahead and not just gone off my video. Me and my friend Ewan, you've seen him in a few of my videos, we want to start up a reviews channel, so it's not all 100% a-okayed between each other, but we want to do it, and so this is why I've done this, just in prep, see how well it goes and stuff. So yeah, I'll give you more info on that when the time comes. We're going to have a meeting next weekend or whatever, and talk through it. So yeah, thanks for watching, and leave in the comments below about what you liked about the film, or what you didn't like about the film, or if you haven't seen the film, will you or won't you, blah blah blah. Okay, thank you for watching, and bye.